I'm Dr. Kirby Thompson, licensed naturopathic doctor and acupuncturist, owner and operator of Wildflower Wellness. And today we're here with Dr. Kirby's pick, December 2021. Our pick for this month is maintaining wellness during the holidays. And we all know that that can be a challenge. Most of the time, from Thanksgiving to Christmas, people are busier, eating more processed foods, a lot more sweets, carbs, things that processed foods, things that really aren't geared towards making you well. And then right after New Year's, people go, Mother Teresa, gonna do better. And so I often do a cleanse / lifestyle adjustment after the holidays. As I often say, I am not just a naturopathic, I'm not only a naturopathic doctor, but I'm also human. And so when my friend Rita sent me that really good peanut butter divinity candy, I did indulge. And thank you, Rita. It was so amazing. If y'all don't know Rita, get to know her because she makes the best candy. Anyway, so for holiday health, it is really important to, a lot of times we get to Thanksgiving feeling better, have had, great times over, the great things happen in our health throughout the year. And it's really important that we don't lose it during this time. So what I'd like to do for this month is go over a few things and encourage you to keep on the good road. Because remember, our body is the temple of the Holy Spirit. And we must care for said temple. Now, as we're going through this, we would like for you to comment on what things work for you and help you in this time of year. So, because remember, we all learn from each other. We are giving understanding in part, and we must get together in order to make sure that we all are on the same page with this. Okay, so number one, exercise. I see people getting so busy that they have trouble keeping up their exercise. Yeah. I am personally an morning exercise person. I do kind of a yoga, weights, aerobics type thing, kind of mixing it up in the morning. But I recently have really started enjoying an afternoon walk for about 30-45 minutes. And it's too dark to do that, and I can really tell a difference in how I feel during the day. So what I'm going to do is join a gym. And there's a couple in Pedal, and I will join one of those. I probably know which one I'm joining. Very nice people own that gym. Okay, so remember, don't skip a workout. Movement is extremely important for cardiovascular, lymphatic flow, even hormones. That does include the adrenals, ladies and gentlemen. And it is so hard to heal the body, including the gut, without exercise because of all that hormonal feedback. Very important to stay active during the holiday season. Remember that activity also helps with propagation of food going down. So really important for pooping. Also, I'm going to add to that, but it's not part of what we're doing, is water. I see a lot of people not drinking enough water because they're too busy. I've been really big on the air quotes this last week. I don't know where that's coming from or how long it'll last, but enjoy it while it's here. So remember to drink enough water. And that gets us into food choices. And I told you about Rita's candy. So love it. But remember, okay, so I did my holiday baking the first weekend in December. I thought, I'll get it over with. And then people started giving me candy. And it's so good. So sometimes I put that in the freezer. And sometimes I just eat it every once in a while. Because remember, I am a naturopathic doctor, but I'm also human. So there are some things you can do in order to combat these holiday things. And there are some things that's important not to do. What is one thing that's important to avoid is, not eating all day to eat like crap at this holiday party where you're going to eat 3,000 calories. It is better to it's better to eat the regular meals so that everything stays balanced. And then when you go to this party, just have a taster portion. Another thing I've done is to eat before I go to a party. That way I'm not ravenously hungry and I can just taste what they have there, because you know it all tastes good. Depending on the cook, but usually if people are having a party, they know how to cook. Okay, so not always, but a lot. If you are going to a party and they have alcohol, alcohol's big, and especially during this time of year. Remember, have one or two. If you want to do a seltzer water, you can even take that with you. People don't care if you bring stuff. I've been bringing stuff all my life. With all the health things I've been through, food intolerances and things like that, and people don't care. I've even taken, because everybody's going to a party, I'm at a certain restaurant, and I can't eat at that restaurant. So I have even gotten food from a different restaurant and taken it into that restaurant. And when you explain what's going on, it just, nobody really cares, especially in today's day and age, when we're all about, acceptance. And everything's okay. It's good. Calorie counting. One of the biggest helps I've seen with weight loss, sticking on the diet, is calorie counting. Because as those numbers get up, you just don't want to do that. So if you keep up with that, then it's going to make it a lot easier. And they make some apps. I use My Net Diary. My friend Kim, she uses Fitness Pal. So whatever you find, I had a patient the other day, he was using something else. And he's lost over 50 pounds. And he doesn't subscribe to any kind of diet or avoid any food. But because counting the calories over the last year, over 50 pounds. Now that is fantabulous. Congratulations. I love it. And remember, it's not all or nothing. If you go to the Kiwanis pancake breakfast in the morning, it doesn't mean you get to blow it throughout the rest of the day. That was your time. So just continue as usual. And let me tell you, that's one of the hardest things for me to do. And part of that was training as growing up. My mom used to always say, well, we've had this, we may as well have that. Or if she made a pan of brownies, she'd say, well, let's just eat them all and get them out of the way. Remember, that's not great health. So give them away, put them in the freezer, just get them out of sight. And sparingly. And if you mess up one day, the next day's coming and it's all new. His mercies are renewed every morning. Okay, supplements and medications. A lot of people say they get too busy during the Christmas holidays and they just can't commit to taking their supplements, herbs, and other things that are actually helping keep their health, good. So I want to warn you and caution you about that. When I got married, it was June 16, 2018. I'm so glad we have a sign in our house that says that. Kevin plus Kirby. Thank you, Aunt Cheryl. June 16, 2018. Because I was just thinking the other day, when did I get married? And then I found the sign, and it always reminds me. So there's no excuse for me to forget my anniversary. So Mom called me a couple days after the wedding and said, my blood pressure is up. And I said, Mom, have you been taking your supplements? Of course, I didn't know at that time. But she said, I have not taken my supplements for at least a week. I was too busy. I said, Mom, if you are eating how I know you've been eating and doing and going and, hustle and bustle, it is really important for you to take your supplements even more now than when everything is calm. So we actually put her on something for calm. I believe it was Tranquil. I think it's by Diamo. Anyway, her blood pressure came right down because she was all up here. And I think her foot started swelling. Anyway, we got rid of that too. But praise the Lord, she's fine. She didn't have to go on blood pressure medication, but we got right at it. So if your blood pressure goes up or anything happens right away, especially during the Christmas holidays, make sure you get in. And we always try to work people in, especially when it's acute condition. Make sure you tell whoever's up front that it is an acute condition. So make sure you take care of yourself, take your supplements. So we have exercise, food choices, and supplements. Now, another hot button issue that I have throughout the year, but it even gets more intense in the holiday season, is rest. People do not rest enough. They have to be going, doing, That's really important to rest to get your nervous system, back in balance. Do some breathing, things like that. Now, rest is not sleep at all. So make sure that you are resting. Now, it's important to sleep too. And sleep is important. If you're staying up late for parties and things like that, that's not great either. Don't do that all the time. You could take a dive in your health. Remember, we want to keep it going up. Another thing is the mental, emotional thing that happens during the season. Thoughts of looking over the past year, if you've had a tough one, sense of failure, a low sense of community, sense of self. Why am I here? That kind of thing. That's really important to talk to someone. And there are a lot of professionals out there. Schedule an appointment with any of them. If you need a referral, please call us. But call hotline. Remember, Troy Brewer actually has a hotline, and I was listening to him yesterday. TroyBrewerMinistries.com, I believe. TroyBrewer.com, TroyBrewerMinistries.com. TroyBrewer.com. It's also Open Door Church in Burleson, Texas. They have a 24-hour hotline for people to pray for you. And I think that is just a great ministry. When you're getting into all those down and out, just remember to speak truth. Speak what God says about you. You are more than a conqueror. Let the past be the past and reach out for redemption. A friend of mine once told me to reach past the break, and I think that is an awesome. So just because you're here doesn't mean that's where you're going to be forever. You have to reach past it. Speak to yourself, good self-talk. I was listening to somebody, it could have been Troy Brewer or, no, it was Pastor Sellers, and he said that studies say that 85% of self-talk is negative. And I think I've said that on here before, and just remember to combat that with the word, and the word works. It's tough sometimes, and you have to call somebody to speak the word to you, but it will work. It is really important to keep your mind on things that are just, true, and holy, and set apart, and you are set apart, and you are a conqueror. And I would like to wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I appreciate you, and please give us a call, visit us online, at www.wildflowernessllc.com. Like and share. Join us in our community. We appreciate you and look forward to this new year with you. Blessings.